Hello, Uganda. Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Hotseat on 933 KFM. I welcome you, our listeners across this beautiful land, the Pearl of Africa. My name is Patrick Kamara. Tonight, we try to shed a light on matters of the Central Executive Committee of the NRM Party as the Delegates Conference is about to come. Campaigns for candidates vying for top positions for the NRM Central Executive Committee are ongoing ahead of this month's National Delegates Conference, where the polls will be held, when the polls will be held. Also, the NRM Tribunal yesterday began delivering ruling arising from petitions in the July 17th NRM MP flag bearer race. So we shall be asking what is happening there, what is shaping the dynamics, and what will be the impacts of these rulings. Today in the studio, my guest is Mr. Singh Katongole, is the NRM Kampala region chairperson, vying for second term, is also the NRM flag bearer for Ruvaga North. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Katongole. Warm welcome to you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, listeners.
We shall hopefully be joined by Mr. Philip Kakuru, Senior Presidential Advisor on Trade and Investment. He's also vying for chairperson NRM Entrepreneurs League. And Mr. Dr. Dean Emmanuel will be joining us online. Okay, so now, Mr. Katongole, here you are vying for the second time. Before you even look for the position you're vying for, there were so many petitions in the race for members of parliament for NRM. The race for people to get the flag left many people in conflict, and some of them thinking the system was rigged, and some people thought money was deployed to the highest level, that the vote was bought. I mean, what does that imply about the party?
Thank you. The party has no problem, but it is maybe some of the people who are a problem. The party tries its best to put guidelines, to educate the people what to do, but if candidates misbehave, it is individual candidates who create problems, and you cannot satisfy everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It is very difficult to satisfy all parties. Definitely in every election, people must know there is a winner and a loser. And in case we lose, before we raise so many fingers, ourselves, I think we need to look, did we do enough?
Hasn't that exercise, has it not left the NRM very fractured?
Not really.
It has dented your image.
Yes, that's what it may show. But when you see the petitions, you're going to see the outcome. So many candidates, you cannot be a candidate and you fail to put agents in all the polling stations. And then you say there is foul play when you yourself, you had no agents in so many places. So that's why I said, before you point fingers, first point the three fingers to yourself. Did you do everything necessary to protect your vote? Did you go to the ground? Did you do the necessary steps? Mm-hmm. Money, everybody is using money, I think. And that is sometimes using money, giving out money is illegal. But facilitating transport.
But in the era of the communication gadgets that we have, Mr. Katongole, we have seen videos, irrefutable evidence of people giving out money in the lines, actually bribing them so that they can get a vote. We even have had people who are promising them to buy them waragi. I mean, how do you reduce a Ugandan voter to that kind of situation?
Personally, I am totally against candidates who promise waragi and njaga. I don't support those things. I have been trying to educate my voters, my youth, against the use of waragi and drugs. And a candidate buying them that is not really promoting good future for the youth in a community. So I myself, I don't encourage that. And even money, if the videos of money being given out in lines is available, definitely the tribunal will look at it and do the necessary.
By the way, are you facing any petitions against your own win in Ruvaga?
Not at all. by God's blessing, my win was very clear. My second opponent got almost 9% of the votes, total votes. The third one got about 4%. The fourth one got, I think, 2%, and the last one got 0.05%.
But you know, winning the flag in Kampala does not have a clear significance in what's going to be the ultimate outcome of the vote in the general election, because this is not really a strong NRM stronghold.
Definitely, it is a uphill task. But as NRM and supporters of NRM, we have to try our best, and with God's will, there's nothing impossible.
Let me introduce another gentleman who is joining us online. He's another very ambitious Ugandan, Dr. Emmanuel Dean Kisembo. He's contesting for the NRM National Vice Chairperson, in fact going for the position currently held by Alhaji Moses Kigongo. You are really very ambitious. Dr. Emmanuel Dean Kugonza, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Patrick Kamara, and all the listeners of KSM. Once again, I would like to appreciate the management for being there for us and to give information about what is going on within the NRM. Mr. Patrick?
Yes.
Yeah, first of all, I need to congratulate His Excellency for being nominated as the sole candidate of the NRM, and we feel that is our Cristiano Ronaldo who can deliver this campaign actually in the 2026. I think we shall come out very strongly and win the forthcoming general election. So I would like to thank the whole structure of NRM, the Secretary General and the Electoral Commission for really affronting a very, very strong candidate for this forthcoming election. And still, it is his constitutional right to stand, and also he has a very, very good experience. So we feel that he's our only candidate who can really deliver the win for NRM. And to take a look at what is happening right now within the NRM fraternity, there are so many things that are happening. And the current state, I don't feel, apart from President Kabuta Museveni, the chairperson, but the other members have really gone silent. And look at Uganda sub-region at the central where power is. We have really lost a lot. We don't have support out of 100 plus MPs within the parliament. And we have a few MPs that Uganda has really not been behind NRM, just because that our people, they are not at the grassroots. Our people appear during the time of elections. When you hear there are now elections within the NRM, that's when you hear our people coming up.
Okay. I want to specifically, Dr. Emmanuel Dini, to specifically focus on the position you're vying for. You have a right to vie for such a position as a member of the party, but also you understand some of these positions as if they have been ring-fenced for a long time for some individuals. The chairman has not been changed, the vice chairman has not been changed. What makes you go?
Not at all, Patrick Kamara. The signals show that when you show interest and at the same time you are nominated, it means you are already in the race. And these positions are not really fair. It is for everyone so long as you qualify. I remember in 2020 I vied for the post of Western Vice Chairperson. I was duly nominated and vetted. I stood. And right now I'm standing for the first National Vice Chairperson. I showed interest, and again I was nominated. So that shows that these positions are not really in fact. NRM, as a party that has actually brought on democracy. You will find that it is trying to give freedom to everyone, a right to everyone to exercise their democratic rights. So I don't think that that kind of statement
so
Patrick Kamara is correct.
So Emmanuel, really, what are your chances?
Yeah, my chances are really very, very high, very, very high. Looking at the structures with the current NRM electoral commission, there are still so many things have changed. I'm seeing a lot of transparency within there. Even before we registered, they would really go into the registry, find out are you a member, then to find out are you in the national registry of the electoral commission. There are so many things that have really changed. And if there is transparency within the electoral system, automatically I will come up very, very strongly in this forthcoming direction.
All right, just hold your point there, Emmanuel. Just hold your point there, Emmanuel. Let me get back to the studio with Mr. Singh Katongole. You know, when I looked at when I look at the when I look at the what he's just said, in fact, he's saying that NRM has not worked so well in this region because some of the leaders have not been good at it. And these are young blood, these are the young cadres coming in. And so what would you tell him? And by the way, before Katongole answers this, let me come back to you, Emmanuel. I hope you are hearing me. Are you aware, by the way, there is a vetting process which is looking at removing anybody standing against Alhaji Moses Kigongo?
No, I don't think so, because when you look at democracy, NRM is at the forefront of promoting democracy in Uganda and even in the region. So I don't think so that this position is reinforced. We are going to go full blast into the forthcoming election on the 28th and 27th at Kororo. I am very sure that will come out very strongly.
Okay, all right. We wish you the best here at what? Let me get back to the studio. So the numbers have been very low in Uganda for the NRM. The numbers are low even in Kampala. And you who sit at the highest level of the party, you have a lot of work to do, don't you?
Definitely. As you're aware, the last 2020, the wave which was there in Uganda, and Kampala is in Uganda, affected the NRM. But over the 5 years, NRM has tried to dig the ground, and we hope to do better this time.
So, well, we have seen some, for example, senior presidential advisor and other, and some Madam Barechi coming from State House, visiting all these markets and whatever. So what inroads have you made, you think? Why do you think the young people, and the majority of the people in Kampala are young, should this time around choose NRM?
No, definitely NRM always comes up with good programs which usually are not interpreted to the public. So this time we have tried to go down to the ground, explain to the masses the programs of NRM, what NRM has for them. NRM does not lie like others. The good thing, this wave has showed the people of Uganda and Kampala that yes, there was a lot of false hopes given in the last wave. And I think when we have come out to show them what we have as a package and what they were promised and zero outcome came, it should help us wake the people up, wake the youth up. We have mobilized the youth. We have tried to penetrate all the ghettos which the opposition used to penetrate. We've been digging the ground, and we have hopes that this time things will not work like the last 5 years.
So, Emmanuel, when you look at the primaries, for those who are trying to get the flag of the NRM to run as member of parliament, there was a lot of irregularities, a lot of vote rigging, a lot of, in fact, even some people died. I remember in somewhere in Sembabule, somebody was gunned down, and other places in Singiro, some vehicles were burnt and some houses were burnt, and it got very ugly, Manuel. Is this the NRM you're proud of?
Actually, even before the NRM constitution, that is the national register, actually had that is changed from a ballot to lining, and was against it. And this multiple kinds of cases which are coming up, it is because of the lining. NRM is a very, very big party. It has been there for over 40 years. We cannot fail to print ballots. That is cheaply. And the only way we can actually eliminate or reduce on these cases is to resume to the ballot, not by lining. Even where I have been in Kagati, so many cases have been reported. Even people who are not in the register have voted. The children have voted. And I heard Mr. Singh Katongole talking about the agent. Where a candidate was not having an agent, even where the agent was, but is not strong enough to manipulate you, which is very, very wrong. We are looking at democracy, we are looking at transparency. This should change. If I get to stake, I become a best person, and that is a national best person. We need to change from lining to a ballot system. This will help reduce, and of course we shall have more efficiency and effective kind of system which will deliver potential people. But this time, someone is counting from 40, he will jump to 70. When the other one is talking, it is 41, 42, the other one is already 72. And so the person who has more supporters around there will then come out victorious, and which is not the case. So we need to change our constitution. If the delegates can change the constitution, we get back to printing a ballot if we really eliminate this kind of irregularity in Africa.
Yeah, but you know, because of the ballots last time that were used, and that was the reason why they said, you know what, maybe let's go to the original NRM kind of style of people standing in the back. Remember, this is not the first time people are...
No, this is a backward system. This is a backward system.
Yeah, but the what you call modern system was tried and tested. Emmanuel, what you call modern system, NRM tried it.
Yeah, it is because of our people that we have elected. Like Mr. Singh Katongole, if you are sitting on stage, should bring out these kind of ideas to the committee and see, try to see the loopholes. Because even if you go to Southern Sudan, which is very young in democracy, go to Somalia, we don't have this kind of lining. We don't have it. It is only Uganda. It is only NRM who does it. It's not it is the chief. But at the end, it is becoming costly for the candidate, which is very, very wrong.
All right.
We need to get back.
All right. Let me get back. Okay. Let me get back to Mr. Singh Katongole. You know, the party that has been in power for 40 years should do much better than what it is, because look, at least you should be having more resources. If it was a question of resources, you should be better organized, because you've been here for quite some time. Actually, even it is the party in power. So why would you be struggling? Why would you be acting like other parties?
No, NRM is a mass party. We have almost more than 15 million members. Like you said earlier, we tried the ballots last time, and people complained. No, people double ballots were put. All complaints were there the last time. That's why we said, okay, let's try this method. Because this method should have been more transparent, because everybody can see who is in the line. The agents of candidates should be able to identify this one is not a member. We have a very credible members register this time, which was not there previously. So the instruction was members' names are read, allowed in, lines are made, election was supposed to be from 12 to 2 after all the members
Have gathered.
So if people don't follow the setup procedures.
When Patrick Kamara,
Yes.
and information to Singh Katongoli, the registers were there, they would read the names, but they would not verify. Maybe with the national ID. Any person who feels like to be the owner of that name which has been raised will be joined behind. Then they ask her if you have like the person, LOC1, who is living on some kind of, will ask the rest people who are there, are you for so and so? If for so and so, then they tell you just join the line, they count.
So now,
even children.
Yes, okay, that is noted. The problem is, Mr. Emmanuel Dean, Dr. Dean, is that if you have such problems within the party internal election process, then what will it be like when you go for a general election? Because the other people now are scared. If you're going to have violence, you're going to have voter bravery. Some people were even shot dead in an internal party primary election.
General elections are more fair. That's why we are having so many. We are going to have so many leading independent. Leading independent because of Article 7 of the Constitution, which allows the person to come as an independent. And that's why we are seeing so many independents coming up, because the process of raising up, people do not trust it. Actually, they have given it a name that we are going to the Bataka court. Then the Bataka decides. Because the lining has really not worked out. So, if that system can be actually eliminated and we get back to our system of the ballot, then also work out as President says with the current internal security organization and ISO, I think we can have a very, very transparent system of election within NRM.
Let me put this also to Mr. Singh Katongole, because look, probably the same question I put to Emmanuel. If you have struggled to this extent, if you have had this kind of violence to this extent, even lives were lost and property destroyed, when it's just an internal election to pick a flag bearer, for heaven's sake, isn't that a pointer to a very, very terrible future that we're going to get into in the general election?
But in every society, the one or two rotten fish are always there. If you look at the percentage of what you're talking, you've talked of only 2 constituencies where maybe there were gunshots. The other irregularities are faults of humans. The party has no fault because the party put all the guidelines. The NRM Electoral Commission put clear guidelines. They were in place. A, B, C, D has to be followed. Now, if we ourselves don't follow them, then I think it's only God who can help us.
Mr. Singh Katongole and Dr. Emmanuel Dean, gentlemen, we're going to take a break, and the hot seat will be right back.
PM.
Welcome back to 933 KFM, and this is the hot seat. My name is Patrick Amara, and tonight we're looking into the internal dynamics of the NRM party. We have gentlemen who are vying for different positions at the Central Executive Committee. We have someone who was online, Dr. Emmanuel Gonza Dean, is vying for the position of Vice Chairman, the position that is currently being held by Alhaji Moses Kigongo. We also have Mr. Singh Katongole, who wants to take the position of NRM Kampala.
Retain my current position. Kampala region.
Kampala region chairperson, vice chairperson, Kampala region. But Dr. Emmanuel, are you still with us?
Yeah.
So let me ask. I can see in some positions, probably Entrepreneurs League, when you look at the first vice chairperson, female. If you see the candidates who are vying for those positions, the competition is brutal. What is this all about? Why are you guys doing everything you can to make sure that you get into the Central Executive Committee? What does it give you?
Yeah, of course, Mr. Patrick Kamara, I cannot actually fail to say this, as you're aware. Uganda is going through succession. Uganda is going through succession. So everyone has a right to show that I can help the party in this way and this way, such that when the succession takes over, that is by the first time, everyone should be positioned.
What are you talking about? What is this, Emmanuel, talking about?
You know, I'm talking about succession right now.
Yeah, but you are bringing in the first son now.
Where it is on, you can look at the speaker. I think you have not seen her inviting the president in Bukeria for the Thanksgiving. She's positioning herself. You have not seen the president inviting the president for the Thanksgiving. So everyone has to show that I'm there. Such that when the right time comes, we need to have a better NRM. So as we prepare for succession, we have also to come up and show that me, I can also help in this kind of manner. You have seen the sons of the senior politicians who are coming up to fight for the various positions. You have not seen them coming up. It is all about succession in Uganda. So even we are supposed to ask about succession. Succession, we should talk about it. We should not talk about succession as we know Uganda.
So Emmanuel, in your own view is that you are getting ready for succession. You are placing yourself, you are positioning yourself. You think at one point there's going to be a generation of you people, and perhaps maybe even
the young people automatically. You can see the chairperson as well as the president of Uganda is right now bringing in young blood. You have seen the Nyamutoros. You have seen the Abe, you have seen the Balam. This clearly shows that Uganda is going to succession. The CDF, General Oscar Rugaba, you can see him as the CDF. You are seeing many generals being retired. This one shows that Uganda is going through succession.
So for you, as far as you're concerned, the transition is in progress?
Very well.
All right. So, but okay, I'm Mr. Katongole here. You know, your NRM has had a good run, and President Yoweri Museveni has definitely contributed something significant for Uganda. But to keep bringing the same man, now 40 years, for heaven's sake, he's an 80-plus-year-old man. But don't you think about saying, okay, he's done his part. He has brought Uganda out of the darkness to where it is now. And that all the 15 million members of you should be looking amongst yourselves saying, you know what? The burden is just too much. He's an 80-year-old man.
No, but like you said, he has done very well.
Yes.
Very well. Brought Uganda from almost 0 to almost 95%. So we still see him strong. We as NRM members, NRM supporters, see still potential in him. And how many 70-year-old men do you see as strong as him? He looks at everything positively. Even me and you may not remember what the president remembers. So he still has the potential. He still has the willpower to serve. We sat with him, asked him, he said, yes, if you people think you want me to serve, I am ready to serve. So why do we deny ourselves that chance of such God-sent man? When there's peace in our country, there's peace in the region, East Africa region. Even today, the Kenyans appreciate President Museveni. So, if he's still willing to serve and we still appreciate him, Ugandans still vote for him, what is the problem?
Isn't it time?
Maybe, Mr. Katongole, there is an information that I want to give to Patrick Kamara. You have seen Cristiano Ronaldo at 40 years helped Portugal to actually compete for a trophy. And everyone was looking at Cristiano. Without Cristiano, we would not have that trophy. That is the Portugal national team. So when you look at President Museveni currently, he's our Cristiano Ronaldo. You may look at him at 80 years, but the Constitution allows him to stand. And two, when you look at the region, he has really given the region peace. look at Kenya, you look at Somalia, you look at Southern Sudan, you look at Central Africa, and even the USA and the other countries, they always look at President Museveni as a way of actually who can only help them penetrate the region because of how he has handled the region. So we feel as NRM, President Museveni is our only candidate who can deliver a win. There is no reason that's why we need to bring someone tomorrow is defeated and the NRM is out of power. Everyone believes to front a candidate who can deliver a win. Look at Moses Ali in Adjumani. Other people can talk a lot and a lot, but there is no one who can win General Moses Ali in Adjumani. He will deliver for NRM. So we are looking at candidates who are going to deliver. We are not looking at candidates in the end who will not deliver for the party.
Okay, all right. But you were here, I suppose, Mr. Katongole, when the president came to power in 1986. You, as NRM members, did you envisage that the president, when he was swearing in 1986 at the floor of Parliament, that 40 years later, he would still be president and asking for more?
No, definitely. But as time went, we saw the way he was handling the country. He was handling everything. If you know, from 86 to 96, there were no elections. From 96, we came on individual merit. And the president stood on his individual merit. And the Ugandans overwhelmingly voted him, showed him, yes, please continue. 2005 went to multi-party. NRM was formed, and it is the NRM members. He always stands as chairman of NRM and a presidential candidate. And the supporters of NRM, like my brother said, find his our Ronaldo. We say, please continue. And we are happy. He accepts our pleas and is giving himself to serve this country.
You know, the constitution that we have, that many people have praised around the world as a very good legal document, has been mutilated beyond recognition in the last couple of years to remove some of those things that probably were put there to safeguard, to give us some better transition. They were removed. No, even when the president was on record and saying he's not going to remove some of them.
Yes.
In fact, and some of them...
But it is the people. The constitution is the people's constitution. If the people request, we voted a referendum, the Ugandans voted. So it is not the president. It is the people of Uganda. And a constitution should always favor the people of that country. Some of these terms put in the constitutions are copied from the colonialists. The foreigners force some of those terms, but they don't favor our countries.
Mr. Katongole, I had a singular honor of having a conversation with the president on the age limit. And his wise counsel was that there is something logical in it. There's something scientific in it. He said, even though there are some people who are still leading beyond 75, in his view, if you want very active and good leaders, it's better to have those on below 75. And I remember asking him, does that mean you want to be leading Uganda beyond 75? And he said, absolutely not at all.
Yes, that's why I've said from the beginning of this show, it is us, the NRM supporters, who ask him, and we are blessed that he accepts our pleas. He wants to retire, but we said no. We still need the stability, the peace we have in the region. Let's integrate. If we can take off maximum use of you, why not? So it is our pleas, the Ugandans, the members of NRM, which he accepts to serve the country.
Dr. Manuel Dean, I wonder what you see the general elections for 2026 are likely to be. I'm asking this because the previous election we're in 2020, in November, if you're on the streets of Kampala, there was mayhem, death and destruction. Over 100 people shot dead. This time around, are we likely to avoid such violence, such chaos, such blood on our streets?
automatically there is what we call a SWOT analysis. Government is always actually giving an evaluation. Look at the previous election, how they were handled, and with the forthcoming election. So I hope there will be a lot of improvement. And all these people who were involved, they were taken to account. Most of them, they were charged in the law of courts. Others were actually removed from their current positions. We no longer see them who contributed to that. So we see a more peaceful election, that is 2026 general election. Elections are most likely to be very, very peaceful because most Ugandans have come to realize the importance of the regime, because the regime has shown that it can deliver. Currently, you can see when you look at the Kampala itself and Uganda, more people have come to realize that NRM is the way to go. And minus NRM, we may not reach very, very far.
So, Dr. Emmanuel, some SEC candidates are not happy with the way NRM Electoral Commission Chair, Dr. Tango Doi, and his team handled the primaries. And some don't want him to handle the Central Executive Committee polls. What changes would these two propose? What changes would you?
I don't see Tango Doi having any problem. It is the system, as I have already outlined to you, Patrick Kamara, the issues lining up. But these forthcoming elections of state elections, I hope it will be by the ballot. So I see irregularities being minimized. And I don't see a lot of commotion, and that is at Orono, because even the president himself will be available to monitor whatever is taking place, Patrick Kamara.
So, Mr. Katongole Singh, your colleagues in NRM, especially Central Executive Committee, did not really appreciate the work done by the Electoral Commission Chair, Dr. Tango Doi, and they were like, no, you shouldn't even handle the SEC polls. What's your take?
You see, we should always look at what is the task. Tango Doi, we have given him only 6 commissioners to manage the whole country. So, I think he has really tried hard. The shortcomings are there. Tango Doi is not God that he will be in every district.
But you see, for you, you see that the Central Executive Committee. So why didn't you put the best method for him to follow? Why didn't you guide well?
No,
why didn't you give all the commissioners you needed?
I said. Electoral Commission put all the guidelines. Tango Doi is a professor. He tried to put all the guidelines, told the registrars the guidelines. The guidelines were published to everybody. Follow this. If we don't follow, what do you want Tango Doi to do?
So are you, I'm sure the delegates,
even the national,
I'm sure the Central Executive Committee, of course, you have an electoral college, right?
Yes.
That's going to be voting. So you'll wake up one day, I don't know where you're going to converge. One rich man who's vying for a position will take like about 400 delegates, take them in a hotel somewhere in Entebbe. They only come to vote for him and go back.
You see, the national conference, you start on day 1. People register, go in. Second day, the voting is on the last day. So unless people are not interested in the other activities going on, that's when, and you take 400 people, we have more than 15,000 delegates. So 400 delegates.
No, I just took a number because I understand now, we've been hearing it on the streets of Kampala, the pulse of the city, that some members who are looking for the highest position in SEC are actually giving out $1 million shillings cash to some of the delegates already.
There may be a few, those who have the money. But I have already seen even money being spent and people are not voted because the NRM supporters know this is a party and the leaders, they need to be put in the party. the NRM supporters are not ready to sell their party. Personally, I've never spent any money, and I get voted. The first time, 2005, when the party was formed, I was voted as the Deputy National Treasurer without spending money. I served in that position 2 terms. 2020, I was voted as National Vice Chairman. I have never, nobody can ever say Katongole has paid anybody or spent money. So it may not be true, but there are people who think they can buy support, but NRM supporters are not so cheap to be bought or give their support for people in money.
So,
I trust my people.
Emmanuel, if you can remember, in many areas during the primaries, the NRM register was not followed, and some people are worried that this could also happen in the electoral colleges of the delegates.
Mr. Patrick Kamara, that is in the primaries of NRM, it was by writing, and he would just read the name in the register. They would not take time to verify. They did not have maybe barricades where his name is read, maybe to enter the ground for voting. So they did not prepare enough. Anyone could just come in if you're really honest, if you're a woman, you get into, they don't maybe look at your national ID or your birth certificate. They could not verify that. But with the national delegates, I think it is not by lining. It's going to be by ballot, whereby we shall reduce most of these kind of dangers, and we shall have a better process. That is 28th and 27th, that is in Kororo. And why I'm very firm and bold, because the president himself will be there. I will be there, and we have seen most people who fraudulently got the flag. We saw ISO coming in, trying to verify if they are saying that this one fraudulently got the flag. They have been getting that flag from them. So by the president being in Colorado, himself monitoring, I'm very sure we are going to have a better process.
Let me ask you a very personal question, because, and this is a question concerning your faith. You are a man of faith, you are a pastor, you have people you lead as a shepherd, but you also want to get into politics. I wonder how you're going to juggle serving Caesar and serving God.
Yeah, when you look at Joseph, he was a man of God. At the same time, he was serving as the prime minister of Egypt. Look at David, he was a man of God. At the same time, he was a king by then. So there is no problem serving God at the same time, even involving yourself in politics. Actually, I will serve better. I will serve better. You have seen how the President Museveni has welcomed the Pentecostals, and that is in Uganda, and the numbers are growing each day. Look at the current numbers of the Pentecostals in the just concluded census. This all is because of President Museveni and the NRM government, which has given an opportunity to all other the Bwanika is a pastor at the same time, being even a member of parliament. Look at Mavirizi. Mavirizi is a pastor. At the same time, he invited for a presidential, he was a presidential candidate. So this is not bad. Look at Trump in America. He's a humble servant of God. Look at President Museveni himself. He's a born again. Even our Mama Janet Museveni is a born again. But as well, he serves God. He serves God. So Patrick Kamara, that one has no problem serving God, at the same time serving the government of Uganda or any other party of Uganda.
All right. You know, Mr. Katongole, for you, you have a Herculean task, very big task, to convince the people in your constituency and the Kampala region to follow the NRM, because yes, there was a wave then, but you're not even sure whether the wave is coming, whether it will not even turn into a tsunami this time around, because the people of Kampala and Buganda, they have moved. They're miles away from the NRM. They moved long ago. How do you bring it back?
No, that is not true.
But the numbers are there.
No, they were there,
showed us,
2020.
Yes.
But like I said,
if it was a wave in 2020, this time around could be a tsunami.
No. We have been working these 5 years. We have been digging the garden. Now we are going to harvest. We have not been sleeping. We saw what happened in the wave. We could not sleep 5 years and wait for a tsunami to come. I can assure you, Kampala, Uganda supports us. Even today, the clan leaders of Uganda have taken Mzee as an official in the Ente clan, showing Uganda is with us, with NRM, with Mzee. So it is not
true. So Mzee has joined the Ente clan?
Yes. So Uganda, it is only some misleading factors which happened in the last election. That's how the wave came. But we have done our part. We expect this time NRM will do better, and I can assure you it will be better.
How do you go past Salim Uhuru?
How do I?
How do you go past Salim Uhuru? I think you are vying for the same position, aren't you?
Yes, I am the incumbent. Even the last time, we vied together. It's not the first time.
So you think you'll beat him again?
Definitely. I trust my God.
Okay, let me just give Mr. Emmanuel, we're almost coming to a conclusion of our show. Let me give you this, the last 1-2 minutes for you to give your concluding remarks, then I'll come back to Singh Katongole.
Yes, thank you very much, Patrick Kamara. I would like to appreciate the Singh Katongole and the host, and also appreciate Murembe Mutebi. Murembe Mutebi, we need you as NRM. That is the Uganda sub-region. We need you. Minus you, we can't be somewhere. I remember very well when NRM first came to power, you were behind us. So we need you as Uganda. We need a block vote for Uganda. We need a block vote for Kampala. That is come 2026 general election. Then to the entire Ugandan, Dr. Kisembodini Emmanuel, come 28th, 27th in Kororo, every delegate from Bukebi, from Kapchora, from Jinja, from Mbale, that is Bugisu, Eastern in Teso, West Nile, Acholi, and Lamo, Bunyoro, in Ankole, Kigezi, Kampala, Uganda. Please, you vote counts. Vote for Dr. Dean Emmanuel Kisembo for the first national vice chairperson.
All right.
And
all right.
We shall meet on that day.
All right. You've made your point. Thank you so much, and we are letting you go. Thank you so much, and very briefly, Singh your parting shot in a few seconds.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also thank KFM and you for hosting us and supporting NRM. In this moment, NRM needs all the media houses to support it in this crucial time. I ask all...
We are giving all the parties equal time, sir.
Yes, but as I say, I thank on behalf of NRM. And I ask all the supporters of NRM, all the members of NRM, all the delegates of NRM, please vote for Singh Katongole as National Vice Chairperson on the day of the voting of the National Conference. I am available to serve the party, and I have served the party diligently, as you know.
Singh Katongole there. Thank you so much. And Dr. Emmanuel Dean, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. And good night. And good